Y'all, what is going on in hip-hop heaven and heartbreak hell? Because Remy Ma, our beloved Remy Ma, just found out about the most jaw-dropping betrayal. Not from a phone call, not from a confession, but from a leaked wedding vendor invoice that Papoose, yes, her husband, the man who's been the symbol of loyalty in the hip-hop world, is allegedly planning to marry Claressa Shields in secret. And when I tell you she broke down, I mean full-on hoodie on. Tears streaming, breath shaking, Instagram live. This wasn't a promo stunt. He's marrying her. She whispered through the tears, eyes red behind my back, and couldn't even finish the sentence before she abruptly ended the live. The internet? It imploded. Group chats exploded. Twitter renamed him Papoose and labeled him the betrayal blueprint. So let's get real here, people. How does someone go from being the gold standard of black love to suddenly a silent groom in another woman's fairy tale? Did Claressa really outmaneuver Remy for the crown? Or is this the most disrespectful plot twist in hip-hop relationship history? One thing's for sure. The evidence we've uncovered, from secret bookings to a custom ring receipt, is about to flip this whole story on its head. Let's break it down. This betrayal didn't just come out of nowhere. This wasn't some random Tuesday morning heartbreak. No, this was the kind of backstab that's been simmering beneath the surface for months, maybe even years. And at the center of it all, we have Remy Ma, a rap legend, bronze royalty, a woman who went to prison and came out holding her man down like nothing ever changed. For over a decade, Papoose was the poster boy of loyalty, matching hoodies, jailhouse romance, BET red carpet handholding. They were the epitome of ride or die. People had their wedding photos on vision boards. They were a blueprint for love. But now that vision board just got set on fire. Why? Because not only has Papoose allegedly been creeping with boxing champion Claressa Shields, word on the street is he's about to put a ring on it. The worst part? He never told her. Remy found out the same way we all did, through a leak. Someone close to Claressa's team accidentally shared a screenshot of an RSVP form for a private ceremony at an elite Vegas venue. The event? Private ceremony, paper. And that's when all hell broke loose. Here's where it gets even messier. According to a source who claims to be Remy's stylist's cousin, yes, we're going that deep, Remy had no clue this was happening. She thought she and Papoose were rebuilding. They'd recently started therapy, were even in talks to do a joint podcast. Remy was wearing her ring again. Imagine her shock when the leaked invite popped up in a group chat labeled "Do Not Send to Remy." Within 24 hours, Remy went live on Instagram. No makeup, hoodie on, voice trembling. She didn't name names, but she didn't have to. She said, "The hardest part about betrayal isn't the act. It's realizing the person you protected the most was protecting someone else from you." And just like that, the line went viral. It became the Remy heartbreak anthem on TikTok in under 3 hours. The internet exploded. But let's talk about the other woman in this mess, Claressa Shields. Now, Claressa is no stranger to controversy. She's an Olympic champion, yes, but she's also known for being loud when she wins and extra quiet when things get shady. Do you remember the birthday party last year when Remy skipped Papoose's private dinner and Claressa posted a picture of a cake that said, "Thank you, Pap"? Yeah, we all blinked twice at that one, but didn't think much of it. Then came the little things. A photo of Claressa wearing a hoodie identical to Papoose's. Matching backgrounds in their stories. One in a gym, one in a hotel lobby, but wait for it, the same carpet. And who could forget the infamous accidental IG Live, where Claressa giggles off camera as a male voice says, "Don't post that." She follows you. Claressa ended the live immediately, but the damage was already done. Papoose, as always, stayed silent. No denial, no clarification. Just cryptic captions like, "Royalty isn't always returned, but it's always remembered." Fans were scratching their heads, wondering, wait, is he shading Remy or praising Claressa? The confusion only deepened when Remy went off the grid for nearly a month. No posts, no appearances, no performances. Her publicist released a generic focusing on personal healing statement, but behind the scenes, she was spiraling. Sources say she was blindsided. One friend who asked to remain anonymous told us Remy truly believed she and Pap were still a team. This whole Claressa situation, it was a gut punch, a full betrayal of everything she stood by him for. But that's not all. What most people don't know is that Papoose and Remy weren't just partners in love. They were partners in business. Multiple LLCs, a co-owned publishing deal, and even a nonprofit initiative called Black Love Legacy, designed to uplift couples coming out of incarceration. And guess who's allegedly managing the books for that nonprofit? Claressa's cousin. Let that sink in. The woman allegedly stealing Remy's man might also be handling her joint foundation's funds. We're not saying there's foul play, but we're definitely not saying it either. And then came the tipping point. This week, screenshots leaked from what looked like a Vegas wedding planner portal. Included in the files, custom ring designs with R+C forever engraved inside, a deposit slip from a joint account linked to Papoose and Remy's LLC, and a seating chart with Remy Ma's name crossed out in red. Yes, crossed out. The internet went nuts. Protect Remy started trending again. Papandressa started trending, but not in the way they hoped. One user posted, "Papoose built a legacy with Remy, then threw it all away for a protein shake and a boxer braid. Tragic." Another said, "Claressa said undefeated in the ring and in the relationship. I'm sick." But the wildest reaction came from Fat Joe, Remy's longtime friend and collaborator. He posted a cryptic black screen on his story with just one sentence. "Some betrayals don't need revenge, they need distance." At that point, fans knew something serious was going on behind the scenes. And just when people thought it couldn't get more toxic, it did. Remy wasn't done talking. Her next move? Well, let's just say it set the internet on fire. Remy went live again, but this time, she wasn't crying, she was furious. In a black tee, minimal makeup, and a tone that could slice glass, Remy looked straight into the camera and said, "You all wanted me to stay quiet, but now that I know the full truth, I'm speaking on it. All of it." And then, she pulled out her phone and began reading text messages allegedly from Papoose. One read, "I didn't mean for you to find out like this. I swear I was going to tell you after the wedding." Another said, "She wanted it private. She didn't want drama, but I didn't think it would go this far." And that's when Twitter lost its mind. The captions wrote themselves. "After the wedding, she didn't want drama, but she married a married man. Papoose used to be the blueprint. Now he's the cautionary tale." But wait, Remy didn't stop there. She dropped screenshots of wire transfers. Allegedly, money was being moved from the Black Love Legacy joint business account into a second account under the name R Shields Media. You know what the R stands for, right? According to Remy, this account was used to pay for wedding photography, a private dress fitting in LA, and a mysterious $18,000 charge labeled discretion travel services. And y'all know what that sounds like. We paid someone to keep quiet. TikTok detectives got involved, comparing timestamps from Claressa's stories to the charges made, and spoiler alert, they matched. But it wasn't just the internet reacting. Industry figures chimed in too. Tamar Braxton reposted the clip with the caption, "You can hold a man down for 15 years and still not be enough. Sis, you were more than enough. He was just less." Even Swiss Beats, who rarely comments on anything unrelated to music, posted a picture of Remy with the caption, "Strength wears lashes and pain wears hoodies." Don't ever forget that. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields was still on vacation somewhere, posting a boomerang of herself holding champagne with the caption, "Healing isn't linear, but neither is love." Ma'am, what does that even mean? But at this point, she thought she had won. Public sympathy was starting to swing in her direction, brand deals were still intact, and even the athletic wear collab was set to launch. Until the dress fitting video leaked. Yes, you heard right. An anonymous source, rumored to be a stylist who worked the Vegas event, leaked behind-the-scenes footage of Claressa at her private fitting. In the video, Claressa can be seen standing in front of a mirror in a white satin gown saying, "I can't wait to walk down the aisle. Let her look crazy first, then we move. Let her look crazy." Suddenly, Claressa went from the unbothered queen to the master manipulator. Twitter caught fire. Reddit forums exploded. Instagram pages reposted the clip with side-by-side footage of Remy crying on live. The public turned hard. At this point, Number Team Remy wasn't just trending. It was a full-blown digital movement. Fans began printing "Remy deserves better" t-shirts. A barbershop in the Bronx even offered free shape-ups for anyone who unfollowed Papoose. Meanwhile, what about Papoose? He remained silent. His Instagram? Still a black screen. No posts, no comments, no explanation. That silence spoke volumes. But then, as if this drama couldn't get any worse, it did. Finally, after weeks of silence, after Remy's tears, Claressa's road selfies, and the wedding drama, Papoose spoke. But was it an apology? A confession? Was it even something we could understand? Nope. It was a moody black and white video titled, "Letter to Myself." Yes, that's what we got. A spoken word, soft focus moment with lo-fi piano in the background. Papoose spoke slowly, saying things like, "Sometimes the deepest wounds come from letting go. You outgrow the silence, but the silence never outgrows you. Some hearts don't cheat, they just change frequencies." Sir, what? You broke a decade-long love story and replaced it with an Instagram poetry jam? The top comment under the video read it best. This man wrote love letters through a prison wall just to end up mumbling metaphors in grayscale. But Papoose wasn't done. He followed the video with a post, a quote on a black background that read, "It's complicated." That's all I'll say. And you know who had time that day? Remy. She didn't let him off the hook. She posted a story minutes later that said, "You don't get to say it's complicated after you planned a whole wedding in secret. You get to say I was a coward." Boom! Mic drop. But wait, there's more. Remy's legal team had officially filed a notice of intent to sue. Not just Papoose, but also Claressa Shields. The claims? Misuse of joint business funds, defamation through leaked media, emotional damages, and, get this, unauthorized use of Remy's name and likeness in Claressa's upcoming documentary. And here's the kicker. The Black Love Legacy Fund, the one they started, well, it had real investors. And when they saw the leaked receipts showing money being funneled into Shields media, they reportedly called for an IRS inquiry and a freeze on all joint accounts. Claressa tried to clap back, posting a short video of herself in a boxing ring with the caption, "You can't knock me out with court papers." But baby, court hits different when it's civil, federal, and financial.